Welcome to Did's Gang Commentaries. I'm your lazy ass host Diddy, and I'm joined with Mushroom Kingdom 1, Team Mailman, and Paul the Weeb.
I'm black.
White Black. And this is Mario Kart Double Dash. And already I screwed it up in the recording because I went to mirror mode by accident because I forgot I used the unlock code. So from yeah, you can see that it's kind of it kind of doesn't look right about the character select screen already because Mailman's sort of in it.
That was my character, surprisingly.
That's why I asked you. It's like you said Baby Luigi or something, so I put it over that.
Please don't pick me.
Well, my two favorite characters, Yoshi and Diddy. And it's sort of texture modded because there's a black Yoshi in here, and they're all yeah. And this is a hella fun game, and I still prefer this over any other Mario Kart just because of how much fun. It's my favorite Yoshi. So I've had hell of a fun playing this with other people. And with like the crazy stuff that goes on, it's just having a great time. All the shouting, laughter and whatnot, and stomping on the floor because like, you can't continue excitement that other parts of your body have to move and stomp the ground or something. I'm playing this through the All-Star Cup thingy, which is a feature I wish returned in future Mario Karts, but this is the only game to feature such a run, which for speedrunning's sake saves time on the menus because the menus are not even revisited until the end of the run, and then they get double boofed by bombs, and then the emulator like sort of has intermittent freezing there.
The one that gets Mario Kart on lap 2. Good times. It's not even a third lap yet.
Yeah, and this was, I think, was the only game in the series that gave you the losing music if you came in fourth or lower. You had to get first, second, or third for it to give the good music. And all other Mario Karts gave like some sort of decent placement to you if you came in first, second, third, or fourth.
A very bad place piecement with the banana peel there.
Place piecements. And there's gonna be a lot of micro stuttering in here because Dolphin Emulator likes to do that for some reason. I got fifth, and also Lakitu's checkered flag is also different if anyone has a keen eye on it. It's something that we've done from Mario Kart Wii, from the Mario Kart Wii days. Back when we had Mike. Mike, when the hell will you return? Please come back to Did's Gang. We've been awaiting your long-awaited return. We have freshly renewed derricks, and also the widescreen hack makes some of the stuff clip off the screen.
That's just another character's icon.
Yeah, I took I downloaded an HD texture pack with this, and it's kind of inconsistent with the theming. So I was like, let's make this worse because I like these two icons better. And then it's like, okay, let's make it even worse. Let's put Mailman's me over one of the characters. They complete the whole doesn't make sense package. Oh yeah, and item stealing by boosting into people. Another feature which I miss because it adds a whole another layer of depth to the game. It's like, don't get slammed, don't get rammed into because you might lose your stuff.
So this is the issue. Is my me character in the game? That's the real question.
Oh no, I'm not that good enough to model it. And on top of that, I can't even file mod this game. Otherwise, it would have been custom music. This would have had Mario Kart 8 version of the song.
Iron Daisy.
But I can
trying to eat all the banana peels on the track.
Yeah. Nom. See, I could do the mod with the Wii version, and I could probably import Yumi for that. But but me and Aaron already have Mario Kart re-recorded. Aaron's doing 8. I'm only doing this one. Aaron's gonna do DS, GBA. I'm doing half of Wii. Aaron's doing is gonna do his takes to replace the shitty versions of my takes. And there was one texture that got screwed up in translation when I put this in, so Yoshi's eyes flicker between black and green for some reason during some of his poses. Also, Lakitu's Also, Lakitu's flag is the American flag. It's not the checkered flag.
Nice.
That's something I did in Wii. It was funny.
Well,
If I could file mod, yeah. If I could file mod this, Lakitu's cloud would have been spinning in place here, like it did in Wii. It's like a whole goof around of a mod. And then the front running beats was something that was introduced in Mario Kart 7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've played it and then I sold it because my 3DS died and broke. And then I remember, Paul, you wanted to add me on the 3DS when I had only the broken one. So I showed it on camera and then I folded it open. The bottom screw is missing. I was poking my head through it and the demon just bursted out laughing really hard on that. And then now I actually have another 3DS.
I never owned a 3DS subset. How do you guys feel that Nintendo is bringing some 3DS games supported on the Switch?
I mean, I'm all for it because if they do that, then Aaron can finally have a means of recording his quote-unquote 3DS games. Because then all he has to do is buy not the capture card for $170, but instead just repurchase the game on Switch and record it that way. Gives him more options, so I'm all for bringing all the 3DS games over to the Switch. Because at least it provides him more options.
Yeah.
For some reason, this looks like 200cc on my screen. This 200, but
I don't know. Did you? Well, I did put. Did I put the extra speed? I don't think I put the extra speed hack in. Because I think that went by a little bit too fast. Plus, I didn't want to go through the nightmare that was drifting up that turn on Rainbow Road that everyone hates. Because it already goes fast enough as it is, and then if it goes like 50% faster with the hacks on. I think the only hack I put was the unrestricted. No, I didn't. Actually, wait, no, I think I did put extra speed in here. I just didn't put the unrestricted kart selection. Did I? No, I don't remember. I don't remember which of the two hacks I'm using. But I wanted to make the run look interesting. So for that reason, I don't think this could even be counted towards the run because I'm using a. Because if any of those two hacks are being used, then there is things going faster than it normally should be. That's actually purposely in control of the person doing the run. So I think, like for our leaderboards, to that extent, those things should be outruled. But if it's something that's out of the player's control, like an emulated quirk or whatnot, then, we're fine with it.
Yeah, some things are different, like, no.
Like certain things don't trigger, it's not cycle accurate. It's like, okay, if we're doing a Mario 64 run, those platforms slowly rise up in Bowser and the Fire Sea on Dolphin emulator or on the Wii. And unless you're using the version of Dolphin that didn't patch it. It's like they had to patch in a bug because the Dolphin default was doing what was originally intended, but not what actually happens on the Wii, the thing that they're emulating. So they had to patch in a bug to make it accurate.
Donkey Kong 64 also does that, or it kind of skips through the cutscene, so the process things too quickly.
Yeah.
there should be different colored Yoshi maps, not just green.
I know, I wish there was.
Green.
I wish there was, but I also wish I was better at interpreting texture mapping, so I could target specific parts of the textures and identify them and then change them, so that this course could have a different skin. Like maybe the chopper could do it because that's easy. Just anything the screen change that in that texture. But the thing about the course textures is some of them are shared. Like if there's grass clippings flying around sometimes, or there's grass on the ground, that might also apply to another course, to the grass on another course. And if I apply it here, it's going to apply there as well. So that's another thing I wanted to avoid doing this. Yeah. Anything to save on system resources and space, cut down on the ROM size. It's like, okay, grass, it's the same texture. Instead of making like 50 different copies of the same texture for all the courses, just have one and then just reuse that one.
It's a little, yeah, they could save space that way. Like, just touch up the music a little, music sound.
Silver gunner music.
Did
Yeah.
you see that shortcut in later Mario Kart games?
Um,
We do.
No, they removed it. They removed that in 8. And, like, you'll see the tunnel, the exit, and the entrance. They're not there. I checked. When this came out first on DLC, I checked it. It wasn't there. They took it out,
Oh, yeah.
which is a shame. But there is actually an exploit in this course in that shortcut. If you're in first place and in that tunnel, and someone throws the blue shell, it cannot find you. So it'll be circling around that tunnel area, going back and forth just on that part of the track, and it will not find you until you come out of there.
I never knew that there was a tunnel.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, what? I was like, it's confused. So if someone overtakes first place, it'll immediately lock onto that new leader and just target them.
Like, all these years, I never
far out a lot of
knew there was a tunnel there.
Another thing they removed is this chopper. If they put a generic one, they didn't make the Yoshi one.
Wait, I thought there was a chopper on this course.
There was. It's a generic news chopper. It's not the Yoshi. It's not the one that's shaped like Yoshi.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, it wasn't. I checked it.
Why is the Yoshi Copter nose red?
That's how it looked in Yoshi's Island.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I always wonder how you. I never seen the red nose Yoshi.
Yeah, I've never seen one either. It's only been the chopper. Unless it was just to fit with like the whole chopper theme, like the nose is sometimes a different color. Or maybe for like definition reasons, so like if they made Yoshi's nose for the chopper the same color, it wouldn't be distinguishable as a nose and you wouldn't notice it that well. Could have been for that reason as well.
I think they might have the Yoshi chopper in Mario Kart Tour on this track.
I hope at least in Tour, because that game is full of paywalls and whatnot, and it's not a great experience. Especially since they gave you Infinite Blue Shell hack cheat codes come with it. When you get the frenzy on the blue shell, you're just throwing a bunch of them. It's like heavy breathing. So for the person at first, like
What the?
strobe lights.
Also, if you take that main path, or is the bridge path, what do you call it now? The rail.
On the top of the bridge.
Speed.
It's faster, but you easily fall off.
Yeah, you gotta try not to fall off.
Yeah, the biggest, most common reason I hear people. Oh, look, there's another one. The biggest, most common reason I hear, I notice people not liking this game and preferring mostly at least 8. If not, then it's Wii. Over this is for competitive reasons, which kind of bugs me. Because sure, competitive can be fun, but it's not the only way to have fun. And it's like if you're playing in a group, if it's all competition, if anything, it's more likely to bring on salt rather than this to bring everyone yelling at the top of their lungs, having fun and doing stupid things on stream or whatnot, or not even in stream, just in the living room or something. Like we do when me and Man play Splatoon. It's like going back and forth with the domino roller and the sniping, and I put in the Mario Maker that Mario Maker sound effect over all the times I surprise flank them. But the primary reason that I've seen competitively for competitive wise was the way you dodge the red and blue shells is not as easy as it is in 8 and Wii. In 8 and Wii, all you gotta do is boost at the right moment. In this one, you have to do a frame perfect drift activate and release at a specific moment during the shell's dive to dodge it. At the very least, if you're able to consistently pull it off, you can always do it itemless. Whereas in the others, you absolutely need an item to deal with the blue shell.
Oh god, the tornado.
How many different ways can you dodge a blue shell in Mario Kart Double Dash?
In Double Dash, you can jump off the track and have it target someone else. On Bowser's Castle, you can let it hit you, but you can jump off the track in a specific spot by the goalpost to skip half the track. When it blows you up, it flings you up into the death barrier for an area later in the track and respawns you up there as a result. That's what the task does. It blows. They sandbag for a blue shell and they blow themselves up at the bridge and skip half the course.
Wow, that's cool.
And then there's the drift. There's the drift mechanic. In 8, you can either boost, let someone else take the fall, jump off, or quack Affleck it away.
It's kind of hard to get away from the blue shell.
Oh yeah, upcoming here. Is this the third lap? Yeah. Check it. Watch what happens. I get blued. Then the red misses me. And then he threw another one right away! And they all got it from that set of item boxes that I just passed. And then they throw it on the lightning. I'm like, this only happens in Double. That's just like stuff like this would not happen in Wii or 8. Not in that fashion. At least in 8, you can get double strobe lighted depending. Oh look, another one!
And another one. Actually, why didn't they bring back the tornado into later Mario Kart games?
Yeah, that was another thing I missed. You throw the item and it just sort of swirls up. If the tornado, it sucks it up and it swirls up into it.
And also, what was wrong with the red item box? Yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool item.
Yeah, no, the fake item box. I missed that too. Yeah, you could like blindside people with it. You throw it in a cluster of item boxes that you strategically place to flip someone over into the pit. Like, competitive speaking, that's something that people like. But then, like, aside from that, it's also fun to just drop that and then just mess with people. Which, when I wasn't... back in Mario Kart Wii, when I wasn't doing competitive racing, I would play, like, a big troll in Tool. I wouldn't, like, stop and... I wouldn't match the definition of trolling that they use in the community, where you sandbag, you sit there, you just beat people up over and over again. Like, if I had the opportunity to do that without stopping and I could just keep going while doing it, I would do it. But then at other times, I would find, like, unconventional place piecements. And yes, I said it that way on purpose, just to be funny. To place items down and just to completely be a complete dick with them. I'll place them in unconventional spots, troll them, and then just slide on by. And holy crap, if there were live streaming and I seen the live stream, some of them would get super salty.
Where's that going?
And that's something that I want to really come back. That was a really enjoyable Rainbow Road. In addition to 64 coming back and hearing its music remastered, it was that euphoric feeling that they brought that back and the music is amazing. So yeah, as for why the emulator is doing that little stutter thing, I do not know why. And then I screwed myself over by whacking the Shy Guy into the way of my path. But what I like to do is when I'm just playing this game in general, I like to put on unrestricted card selection and extra speed, and put a medium weight combination character of characters onto the Toad and Toadette carts because it looks funny, it's stupid, and they're floating above the cart. And then the extra speed makes so that the cart is not painfully slow. But what's even more broken is if you put, I think, specifically Wario and Petey Piranha on it, and you switch them around in a specific mode on specific courses, the game will go into full acid trip mode. The frame rate will drop down to 0.001 FPS. Player 2's Oh yeah, and they have to be player 2 too. They can't be player 1. Player 1 screen disappears. Player 2 screen, the mouth, the bottom half of the mouth flies way off the map somewhere, and it goes infinite extendo, and I think that's what's responsible for the frame rate dropping. And then if you manage to get them to switch back, the colors come back. Player 1's, the particles start drawing again on player 1's screen, and then the game crashes. And then it happened during Baba Blast. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Because we were messing around with it. So when me and Coffee started doing a race, he picked that. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna win. I got this, guys, guaranteed to win. As soon as the race starts, he hits the switch button twice, crashes the game. He's like, I win. As soon as he gets ahead of us. Which this might be our game for New Year's when me, Bryce, and Coffee have a New Year's hangout. This might be our game of choice. Because the past, minus last year, all of the years before that, it was only Smash. Last year...
When I'm Mario Strikers of baseball.
That's what I kind of want to, but it's like, it's an kind of thing for everyone else. For last year, it was Super Mario Party. And there's this one mini game where you have the rowboats, and it's a 2-on-2, and we're having a blast because we're like, oh, we got this, and then we're all squeezing through trying to hit the clear the mechanical fish at the end. And I squeezed on through, but they slipped them by, and then the physics engine kicked in, and it's like it shoved them in. It shoved second place into the finish line, and they won because of that. And then we were just like, what the hell was happening? We just like went all off.
Will they bring back older Mario Kart characters into the new ones? Like, we're missing quite a few.
Wait, who was missing again? Well, wait,
Like
hold
Mario
on.
Kart 8, we're missing like.
Because I know.
Closer to Mario Kart 8.
Well, we're missing Diddy, of course. They neglected his ass. PD.
But they put him in Mario Kart Toy.
I think PD is missing. Yeah, PD is missing. Where's Paratrooper? Did they bring him back? Frick, someone else is missing, and I can't.
We have Kamek and Birdo. We're missing.
Wait, Kamek was never in Mario Kart.
Wait, which one was Kamek in? Because Kamek was almost in 64.
Yeah.
Birdo is, yeah.
Donkey Kong characters.
Yeah, what about...
Donkey Kong Jr. or whatever you call it.
Everyone hates Funky Kong because of the reputation he has, competitively. Well, non-competitively speaking. But he's a cool one to have. That's why I liked it when they brought him in Wii. Because it was a cool character. It's like, oh, there's more Kong representation. It's not just, you know, Mario and gang and an ever so shrinking roster.
President put Professor Egad or Toadsworth. That's what
Where was Toadsworth playable in?
None.
Well, was Egad in DS? I think he was in DS. No?
I was indeed.
Yeah, no, Rob was definitely in DS.
Came back.
They should put Rob and Egad and Toadsworth or Kamek as
I don't do it.
Also missing Wiggler and Queen Bee for some reason.
Oh yeah.
But that was
Mario Kart 7.
But that was WTF characters that were introduced in 7.
But now they're Mario characters, so they have to add them. Not your pink gold Peach and green bronze Luigi.
Yeah, green bronze. Yeah, they'll probably bring that for green bronze Luigi or something.
Metal Mario, you know, gold Mario. Metal Peach, gold Peach. What's next?
Peachette.
Like we're like baby pink gold Peach.
Baby pink gold Peachette. There we go.
War.
Look, watch. Now that Luigi's Mansion 3 is out, it's gonna be Gooigi. He's gonna be next. And just because of the, that's green bronze Luigi, but because of the identity behind it, people are just gonna like not be like, what's with this metal clones and whatnot. Stop with another pink gold peach. They're just gonna like, oh, sweet, Luigi. And I'm gonna be like, you know, it's just green bronze Luigi, right? We need more actual characters, not more pink gold peach clones. But it's Luigi! But it's like, okay, so does he flubber around and bounce? Does his head bounce like dramatically? Because in Luigi Mansion 3, if you do a specific thing in a specific corner against two specific pieces of furniture in a specific sandwiching between them, Luigi will like super bounce. It kind of almost looks like they're doing the Gary's Mod stretchy thing.
You know what? They should put Cappy as a first character.
Amy.
And Luma.
Well, not necessarily Luma, just put Luma back as a side thing with Rosalina. But now that they have Inklings, Octolings, for that matter, put Off the Hook and Squid Sisters, all four of them, bring them as characters.
That's missing Nabbit and Hammer Bro too, or Hammer Bro, whatever I'm calling.
Hammer Bro, yeah, Hammer Bro is almost playable in Wii, because actually, if you go into the game's files, there's a portrait for him, and it looks, and it's like, you can tell it's like really beta footage, or not footage, but really beta content, like early content, because it's in this, its portrait style is in the same style as Double Dash, as the Double Dash portraits are.
So they have characters and files from past Mario Kart games that they have been put in.
Yeah, it also Mario Kart Wii was PD Piranha's icon, and there was also a Chain Chomp icon.
Wait, how could Chain Chomp drive?
No, with fake arms. No, the Chain Chomp got replaced by the Bullet Bill item. No, Chain Chomp was supposed to be an item. It was replaced by the Bullet Bill.
Oh, I was about to say, how can a dog and a chain drive in a car?
What about Spike? No one really talks about Spike that often.
Yeah.
It's like one of the Mario enemies in the franchise.
Spike only appears in Mario Kart.
Is that the green Spike? Is that the green ball throwing dude that's also in 3D World?
There was like spikes at you, like you can throw rope spikes or.
Yeah, in 3D World, I think it was in 3D World and the new Super Mario Brothers back when it was actually good, and not just new super rehashed Brothers.
They could even bring Smash Brother characters into Mario Kart, or just call it Nintendo Kart entirely. Who knows?
You mean Kirby, Fox, Patrick?
I mean, like not too many of that. Well, they gotta. Well, the moment they do that, people are gonna lose hope in the F-Zero franchise, because there's already two F-Zero tracks in Mario Kart 8.
Like there should only be a Mario Kart game with. There should just be a Mario Kart game with only Mario Kart characters, like all of them.
But they
Like
want to add
Mario Nintendo characters. Yeah.
Yeah, I really wanted to bring Diddy back, because in the meantime, I'm just using either the Yoshi or the Inklings. Because if they, oh yeah, that too. Because she's been introduced in that mobile game, but
that's a very first appearance.
But for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, if they bring Diddy back, I will drop the Inklings as my main character that I use in there.
But they did say they were still doing updates and stuff for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, but they haven't.
When did they say that?
I think it was like a couple of years ago when the producer of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and says.
Well, if they're taking this long, it better be like a whole nother game added to the game. Like, not even 16, 32 new, we better be getting like 32 new tracks and at least 10 new characters for them taking this long.
The point with the lock is just the same thing.
So they have to go through the games to see which track hasn't been in a single Mario Kart game yet.
In HD, because some tracks have come back twice because of Mario Kart 8 and its DLC. Some tracks have come back twice and people dismiss it because, oh, it's not supposed to come back more than once. And I'm like, oh, looky here, it has come back more than once. Here's something that came back on the DS that is now coming back in 8 as well.
Everyone's racing Wario Coliseum,
Yes. Which was at 64, and let's not forget that 2-lap track that everyone hates because it's so damn long.
Wait, you mean?
The Waluigi one. It's in its first appearance is in this game.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Solid.
Waluigi had a track in
Two to be precise. Two to be precise.
Wario. I meant Wario Stadium.
No, there's some.
Stadium is 64. Coliseum is there. It's 2 laps.
Oh yeah, Coliseum.
Yeah. There's also another
In
Waluigi.
this game had different laps. Coliseum had 2. Maybe Park had 7. Everything else was 3.
Oh, I had to think about it. I had to get the names confused.
This game to have different laps other than 3.
Oh, could you imagine 9? Could you imagine 9 laps of that of the Coliseum? Ooh boy. We were racing on it, and I forgot that I had the lap set to 9. I'm like, isn't this supposed to be over already? Like, we were on the 5th lap, and I was like, isn't this supposed to be over?
15 minutes.
What's up?
Yeah, the race time. Yeah, the race time ended up being 15 minutes.
Sounds right.
What is everybody's most hated track in Mario?
No, I usually go by design. Pretty much any of the flat courses I don't like.
I mostly don't like the tracks that are not much to do on them, like they're just flat or just go in a circle. For example,
Baby
Park.
yeah, let's see your baby park.
Because you can't shoot items over the middle of the wall. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
anti-gravity.
Yeah, that's why I like the baby park in this game better because, well, especially because it's that big ass shell you can throw.
Just bounce shell.
Yeah, you just throw it over the middle and it's like, oh look, both sides are now in danger. And if you throw the blue shell, it'll cut across that middle to bomb the person in first. Like, it didn't even care about the course. It was like fly straight to the person first.
Also, Excite Bike, it's just an oval. It's just a right turn every time, like
It's just a
NASCAR.
longer.
Yeah, it's just a baby park, but more NASCAR themed.
NASCAR. The most exciting part about it is a right turn. That's all I can think of. Sorry for hating on Excite Bike, but I play it too much in online mode.
Yeah.
It is
People
alright
love,
for the TC.
I don't know, people like that more than Baby Park for some reason. And then I couldn't get why. And then I figured, oh wait, you can throw bombs over the thing to get the person to first. So I did that, and there was this one person that pissed them off so much, and all you heard was like an angry version of the Malik scream in the car, and I'm like, what the hell? Because I didn't know what was going on, and they say, somebody fucking bombed me from behind. And I'm like, where did it come from? The front. There's hackers. I'm like, oh, that was mine. And then they got mad. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. We're not gonna have fun. I'm gonna drop out.
Wait, this guy.
Cause I threw it across the middle and it hit them from the front. And then there's a similar thing that I pulled off in Dragon Driftway, and that caught D-Man off guard. Cause on that one jump where you're above the starting line, I threw it. It hit the underneath of the roof. And then it bounced back somewhere, and then D-Man was taking the last turn. He was going down towards the finish line, and then the bomb drops down and right on the finish line. He's still hard turn to the right. He's like, woo, who put the bomb there? I'm like, what? That's where it landed? I could never get it to happen again. I'd like to pull it off again because that's gonna piss off a lot of people that are playing online if that happens. They're like way ahead. And all of a sudden, just a bomb falls out of the sky at the finish line. I'm like, what? Hackers? It's like, if you look at the position that the bomb was thrown from, and the position of the starting line, and then the gravity, the range of the gravity switching, the bomb clipped, like, just narrowly clipped the gravity limit. So the gravity pulled it towards the finish line.
Would you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Mike. This was after we lost him.
That's good. That could be fair.
I wish we could play Waluigi Stadium and also later Mario Kart titles.
Yeah.
Is it in Mario Kart 2 or no?
I don't know.
Waluigi Stadium? No.
I
th-
really don't know.
this
Probably
one,
just Native Nightmare.
Yeah, that-
Pinball West.
everyone's favorite track because of the music.
And yeah, it does look like the Yoshi is painted black on what I'm
Yeah.
seeing right now.
Yeah,
Waluigi Pinball
I-
West.
yeah. Isn't it in 80?
No.
No?
I wish it was.
Jesse, because like I could have sworn I remember seeing this in HD, unless it was the custom tracks messing with me.
That was probably the custom checks. I wish I could play every Rainbow Road in HD.
Yeah, we're missing Double Dash. We're missing. Heck, with the anti-gravity thing, DS it has the biggest benefit.
Yes. They could even do 7 if they pretty much they could try to do 7.
What they need to do is what's it called? They need to do a history of Rainbow Road type of track where it goes, which is what I thought they were gonna do for H Rainbow Road. Was it was gonna go through all the Rainbow Roads all at once, and it would do like that Grandmaster Galaxy thing. You go through the Sling Star, not Sling Star. You go through the Launch Star, and then the screen turns white, and as it loads in the next area of the level, before dropping you in, they could do something like that. But now that we're on the Switch, they could totally load in like a whole the entire trio of Rainbow Roads all at once. Because instead of 1 gig of RAM, they have 3 to work with now.
Yeah, I wish they do that. Wait, how many? That would be like 8 laps.
Well, no, just 1 lap of each.
So it started from SNES, then
Yeah, and then at the end of like it will be a personalized time thing where there's like a launch star thing and then or a cannon, and you take the glider and it flies you over, and if you get zapped during that, the Lakitu just holds you in the air, and then it's like he does like this light speed thing and the screen goes white and it teleports you over to the next one in the line, which is 64.
so that'd be like 1 lap for each transition. throughout the Rainbow Road. Not a bad idea. Kind of like how they can do it for, like how they did it for the N64 track in.
Yeah, except the experience won't be as short as Trains in Space in Mario Kart. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I brought a CPU in down here with me.
I've had that happen.
They just sort of ricocheted off of something on the course into the shell and got bumped into the thingy.
They could also do that with all the Bowser's castles, if that's the case.
Yeah, they should. Wasn't there a Mario Kart that skipped out on a Bowser's Castle, or am I like? Oh wait, no, there was one that skipped out on a retro Bowser's Castle.
Yeah, I think it was 8, since you don't see a retro Bowser's castle.
Yeah, it was a. This is okay. This is the 2-lap track. It's extremely long, but it's enjoyable.
Just playing the whole N64 Rainbow Road on all the 3 tracks separately, going around.
I mean, somebody made a mod of it in Sonic Generations. They jerry-rigged the car a car section to go between all of the Rainbow Roads, and there were no checkpoints, and it was very easy to screw up because of the physics. It almost fell off.
What if Nintendo had they combined all tracks into one map?
I'm trying to think of what they call something like that. Load the entire thing.
Mario Kart arcade GPs on the arcade machine.
Oh yeah, CGGP did that, and there was one that was really enjoyable.
You mean the fast one? That's not stop going.
Yeah,
I forgot which one it was. I think it was like Mario Circuit.
it was some sort of circuit. It was a beach. It was a sort of beach place. But
Yeah, I remember that. I think that was a Mario Circuit.
yeah, it was GP Mario Circuit. That's what it was. I remember pulling off like a very frame perfect item dodge, where on the same frame that well, I think I put off twice. Was it? No, it was the same frame that the lightning got thrown down. I used the star and I dodged it, and for a second I thought, did my star just throw down the lightning? Because when I pressed it, the flash happened instead, and I didn't hear the music go off. And I was like, wait, no, that was a shock dodge, because everyone else got shrunk. Except for one other person.
What was that other track that we also liked? That was kind of like a random little type track, like going on the walls and everything.
A rainbow road that went on the walls. What was that?
It was like right before Mario Kart 8 was still in the development.
Oh wait, was it the one that we were calling Mario Kart 8 Rainbow Road? And it wasn't.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a Rainbow Road, but it had a loop-de-loop.
Yeah, then we were going on the walls and everything.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it was on the walls. We were like, oh, this is anti-gravity before anti-gravity.
Yeah, because the game's still in development.
Walk up to her, when the hell will you come back? It's gonna be the greatest thing ever to come for speedrunners. Because then it'll follow the rules of, okay, you can't splice up the menus because those have to be counted. But then also the game natively does not have the menus in between cups. So time save, all because of using All-Star.
What if they remade Mario 64 in HD?
I don't know if I would like that. They would make changes that would make what was fun about it not fun, which was battle mode, block fort, a bajillion green shells bouncing around on the bottom area and never going away. And it's like, oh, if you fall, you're probably gonna die coming back up. Fall down, on your way back to up one of the blocks, the stray green shell hits you, or two. And then someone throws a stray red shell down there, and it just beelines it straight for you in the air, and it hits you from above. And you're like, where'd that come from? Because it happened so quickly.
I just had a question about like, since they're now doing 3DS ports for Switch, what if they actually bring over Mario Party Island Tour and install it online?
If they did that, then
And then we could do choices.
yeah, choices voice online and make stupid noises, but wait a minute, microphone. The Switch doesn't have that. It would require a third-party accessory.
It does have an auxiliary on it, I know that. It's the only way through.
But at least we could still like do the party boards online. Since you used to do it on local.
We all need to get Super Mario. What we all need to do is get Super Mario Party and play the mini games, because I'm a big tool when it comes to those. I went online and there was a mini game that with the candy shaking. Gotta shake it all out of the jar and it just won't happen. And some people, I heard that's a very hated mini game. So then I went online just to play that one mini game, and I voted for it. Did I vote? No, that was the next one in the playlist. 12 seconds to start. 12 seconds, all the candy just liquid diarrhea is out of the jar, and I'm done. It's like second place took 12 seconds after I finished to clear it, and then last place took a minute and a half. And it's like you see the fourth player's jaw just like violently shaking everyone in frustration. It's like, oh yeah, you can tell he's getting mad. And I clipped that whole ordeal too. I think I titled it "Shake All Candy Out Fast" or something.
That's to get some Mario Party. We're trying to see if it's gonna go on sale soon.
We better go on sale because right now it's collecting dust, and I bought it to play with UND man. And so far, I have not really touched it.
After they get some Mario Party 2 since they added the home components.
Well, Mario Maker 2 already has the play online with friends now. They added that. They recently added it.
Yeah, I'm not playing with the Switch friends.
Yeah, you can play online with Switch friends in Mario Maker 2. That was part of the recent update. Look at this egg. I don't even think it hit them either. It just like sort of cracked on it.
Let it do a crack on their heads.
I don't know, and then I got, like, this is the second time I got stuck on the fucking railing.
Left the ground, then he fell off and came back on the map again.
Big sad, and then there was an explosion back there, and I don't even know who threw it.
I've never seen that before, just falling off the edge and reappearing back on the map again.
What the word?
Yeah, like that was a change up to. Did you see that? That was a TW98 Justin moment. I remember that video too. He was playing in the golden car, and then that very thing happened. Like he fell off, but the track caught him on the front, and it pulled him back up through the road, and he like had a mini heart attack. Like, whoa, what was that? Still trying to get. I still gotta get Zuzu set up with Dolphin, so we can all do double dash.
Okay, who's that white meat there?
I mean, there is 4 of us here.
Well, not all of us have capable PCs. Zuzu might have capable, but Paul definitely.
Hey, marker.
Yeah,
Paul definitely.
It
It
trash.
yeah. It spec wise it's trash, but also well, not even space capacity wise it's trash. It's only 32 gigabytes of storage. Like, we're not even fitting Windows 10 updates on this thing. We're not gonna get Dolphin, or, let alone a ROM on there.
Yeah,
That's all I
I
have.
get a better PC soon.
See, and luckily they're cheap nowadays to get something that can actually run Dolphin. Like, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on them anymore.
I just need to find me a good enough PC for me to handle.
Especially if you get a Ryzen 7, one with Ryzen 7 in it, you should be golden. By the way, that me is Mailman, who is in the call with us. That's what that me is. It's
That's
that.
supposed to be Baby Luigi.
Yeah, it replaces Baby Luigi's portrait. I put it there just to sort of have it there.
Ditch the idea of like having boxes and time trials, whatever you call it, like on the DS version.
Oh, the mission or the staff goes? Because I'm pretty sure they have the staff goes.
The mission?
Yeah, the missions they gotta bring back, because those had the boss battle things, and those are really
They're called
interesting.
missions, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The missions and the DS, yeah.
There was that.
I had got stuck on a few of them.
There was a giant Goomba, and there was the giant ice bully.
Oh yeah, you had
Yeah.
to race against them and fight the bullies.
There was also the Mario Galaxy Top thing that they did in Mario Kart Wii. I think that was the only boss thing too. To kind of like a boss that you fight, not one that you race.
They also had one with King Boo where he just still shared coins that you had to collect.
So I ended up getting third, and I was like, at this point, considering should I redo the entire run? And I was like, nah, I don't feel like playing, because I finished this at midnight, and I was like, I gotta work the next day, and it's like I don't want to do this. Like I'm submitting it.
The name entry is the best part. you'll never know.
Well, that's if I did it. I don't think I did it. Because usually I put dick or ass in the name entry. It's usually ass.
The time trials, all sorts of things. I had a different name every time. Either it's numbers or letters, depends.
So it's worth playing with you.
I like the lays they have on. So if you hack the game and you're not careful, you can actually break this part of the game where you fly because the carts stop like shortly off screen. But if you using a code that flies them like full throttle uncontrollably, this screen will go black and it'll go back to them respawning at the start of the ceremony and it'll redo the scene. But it won't ever go back to the trophy because the item boxes to spawn them are gone and you soft lock it. So I guess the next playthrough after this, whenever we get around to it, it's gonna be Super Mario 64. We're gonna redo that one.
Oh no.
And yes, it's the same one that I YouTube pooped. Mailman, I hope you can join us for that one whenever that is, because it is super funny. It's not even I don't even know. Like it's not even it's a legit playthrough, but it's not a normal recorded playthrough. The entire video footage is YouTube pooped. And it's like, there's a lot of stuff in there that catches you off guard. Like you get the start, it's like, it's like, what? What? The music, what? I might want to get Mario 497 in on that one, or the just for the he crashed into the screen because I put that one in just for him.
Legit broke the game.
Then there was the blue screens, and then there was Demon dying laughing at the Bobble Buddy and the blue screens. Except none of us are gonna remember what I did or where, just that I did them. So a lot of it's gonna catch us off guard. Demo, oh yeah, there was what demo design?
Do you guys think they're gonna do like a new Mario game next year for E3?
I don't think so.
Or at least update Super Mario Odyssey and put Delfino Island in there?
They're not gonna do anything with that either. What's gonna happen next E3, which we're at the time of recording, this is 2019 when we're recording this. At the time of recording, next E3, they're probably gonna have that Breath of the Wild sequel up there.
Or you know what? A new Super Mario Baseball or Sluggers? Or Strikers?
They need to bring Striker's Charge in particular. 'Cause that was hella fun. Shattuck and his freaking Toad bounce over the goalie and win, and I can't do shit, but we're just laughing. And he goes as
At the time
and
of
then
this recording, I will.
he went as Boo. He freaking went as Boo. And then every time he scores a goal, he's like
At the time of this recording, I will call one of these, and you will go back and say, "What? How did he do that?"
That's the end of Double Dash commentaries playthrough. Next is gonna be Super Mario 64. Stay tuned for that. Yep. Give this video a like and subscribe for more. Down in the description will be a link to all of our personal YouTube channels. Thanks for watching.